now joined by the Mayor of Halifax, Mike Savage. Mayor Savage, thank you for taking the time.
Hi, Michael. Nice to see you again.
And you. Listen, I want to begin with evacuation efforts right now. Just how many communities in your city are affected in the municipality, and how are those efforts actually going?
In terms of the evacuation, of keeping the areas clear, we have one large area right now. The total fire area is like 800 and some, hectares. It's a number of communities. It's Westwood Hills, it's Yankeetown, it is Highland Park. There's a number of areas as part of that, as well as areas like Lucasville and others that are evacuated right now. They're not all in the direct fire zone, but they all face danger from fire that could be that could hit their area because it is out of control. Mm-hmm. So we had a further evacuation area on, let's see, what's today? Friday. So Tuesday night, which was around the Farmers Dairy plant. We rescinded that one. We made the evacuation zone a little bit smaller the night before last, and we're always evaluating to see if we can send people back to their homes who aren't in immediate danger.
Mm-hmm. So I'm sure that's an ongoing evaluation. Now, early in the week, you expressed, I guess, frustration with people who still had open fires or were lighting them despite the situation. Do you think people are hearing that message now?
I think they are. I was delighted to come in this morning first thing and was told that there was no reports in Halifax last night of open fires. We had a number. Some of them are just really sort of beyond belief when people are flicking out cigarettes out of windows and burning leaves with a propane torch. That kind of stuff, I think, has made all of us exasperated. Almost everybody is complying with the order. We just need to make sure that the last few are doing the same thing, and I think we've had some success in the last day or so.
Mm-hmm. Now, in addition to the fire themselves, Environment Canada has also issued an air quality statement for your city and area. What's your advice to area residents in response to, again, that special advisory from Environment Canada?
Well, you know, a familiar face popped up on screens yesterday here at the press conference we had with the Premier and others yesterday afternoon. Dr. Strang, Rob Strang, has been on and will be on again today, I believe, to talk about air quality. And he makes the point that no air coming from a wildfire is safe. And obviously there are degrees, though. And so it's a big issue. And even as we allow people hopefully back into areas that have been evacuated, they have to be very conscious of the fact that depending on how close you are, that can be quite toxic. So it's a big issue. We have a lot of people who are evaluating that now. But again, it's like the fire. It's a little bit unpredictable, mm-hmm. And it gets worse at certain parts of the day.
Yeah, understandably. Now, I do see that the weekend forecast is calling for some rain, most especially for Saturday. Are you thinking that will help the situation?
I think it will. I don't pray for rain on the weekend that much. I am now. I can tell you that we'll take what we can get. I said the last few days I'd like to have next week's weather this week, because next week it looks like there's a fair bit of rain in the forecast. It was 80% projected for today. Any rain helps, and if it comes with, lower temperatures, that helps too. Yesterday was a really difficult day because the temperature got up to 32, 33 degrees. And just think about firefighters with their uniforms and carrying gear. That's an extraordinary load to put on people, as well as what it does to increase the chances of fire. So, yeah, we were very hopeful that some rain will help the situation.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have been in conversation with the Prime Minister and federal officials. I'm wondering what you make of Ottawa's response so far and what you'll be looking for really in the days and the weeks ahead.
That's the point, is, Michael, you hit it, that the stuff we need now, we have specific requests on behalf of Halifax Region that we've made. We have certainly will be the beneficiary of some of the things that are in the provincial list that went in on Wednesday. But, as we certainly hope that we're getting towards a point where we can be more optimistic about our fire here in Halifax. We know how sort of galloping the fire is in the Shelburne, Argyle area, Barrington. So we think about them a great deal. It's only June the 2nd, and we've got a lot of burn season ahead of us. So we have to do two things in the longer term. One is we have to understand why the weather's changing. It's climate. We're getting more hurricanes than we used to get because the water is warmer. We're getting more floods than we used to get, and we're getting more fires than we used to get. So we got to deal with that, and then we also have to make sure that we have the equipment and the personnel to deal with more of these wildfires. We have a city fire department, which is more used to structure fires than it is to woodland fires. So we've had a great relationship with DNR down here, who have been leading their response on this. In Tantallon, for example, right now there's 40 DNR firefighters, 100 from HRP and 9 from DND. So this is an all-hands-on-deck scenario where people are pulling together to do whatever they can do. Cooperation's been great, and we certainly look for support from other orders of government as we go forward.
Mike, Mayor Savage, thank you for the time. Really, all the best to you and to people in the Halifax region.
Yeah, it's nice to talk to you. Thank you very much for your interest.
Yeah, you take care.